Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you the daily Triple Q report for the last day of the year, Friday, December 31st, 2021. Before I jump into the charts, just please click like. If you like the daily Triple Q report, please click it each and every time. It helps out a great deal with the search engine results on YouTube and the Wicked Stocks channel. The daily Triple Q report does go out each and every day, by every trading day rather, by around 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, Chicago, for the next trading day. Clicking subscribe will provide you notification the very moment the daily Triple Q report has been uploaded to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel, as well as the daily SPY report. I have weekly analysis, so forth and so on. And the sooner you see it, the more relevant it actually is, especially with these daily video series, the daily Triple Q and the daily SPY. So subscribe to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel. It'll provide you notification pronto. Anyway, let's jump into the charts. You're familiar with the structure if you've been watching for the last few days. I've got 398 and a quarter, 405.20. They're both based on the same sort of kind of soft double bottom there. It's not a real double bottom. The second low was a little lower, as you can see, in December, but it's the same structure really. And I still see the odds favor upward continuation into January trade above 398 and a quarter, but I've decided to weigh them equally now, at least over the next few days. One of the key reasons being is the SPY and the S&P 500 E-mini futures both almost put out a key reversal high yesterday. They put out a mini reversal high anyway. Both put out new all-time highs. The SPY put out a new all-time high at 479 even, and then backed off in the later minutes of the day, almost closing below Thursday's low. That in itself is sort of a bearish setup. I think it's the bearish engulfing pattern, actually, as termed in the candlesticks. But it's mini reversal. We did not close below Thursday's low. We came close to it, but we did put out an all-time high, and we closed negative on the day. So I'm lightening up on 398 and a quarter, and I'm enhancing a little bit 405.20. And I think really the way to play this, and I'll be saying the same in the daily SPY report, is that if you're not long already above 398 and a quarter, yeah, you can bottom pick 398 and a quarter, but it may be best if you're a position trader, that is, and you hold positions overnight, you're a swing trader, you hold positions for several weeks, you may go long with a settlement above 405.20. That may be your next move. But, you know, I don't like to get involved in those choices. Some people are more aggressive than others, and bottom picking 398 and a quarter is still a legitimate, valid approach. And of course, if we close below 398 and a quarter, then we have a failed buy signal, and the market should then continue south into the middle of January over the next 2 to 3 weeks. I'll give you those targets in a moment. But, you know, if we did close above the 405.20 formation, we should then reach 422.29 within, I'm going to say, 2 to 3 weeks still, because of the more restrained volatility that we have now, you know, as compared to about a week ago. So closing above 405.20. 2 to 3 weeks, 422.29, and of course holding above 398 and a quarter does maintain that as an objective anyway. It's just that you've got a real valid secondary buy signal above 405.20, and then we're still 2 to 3 weeks away. I think we could get up there within a week with the kind of volatility we had last week, but I don't know if that will re-emerge or not. So I think you need to allow for at least 2 full weeks above 405.20 before reaching into the low 420s, soon to be mid 420s. Both of these are climbing on a daily basis, and they are convergent channel tops, one long-term, one mid-term, that if tested over the next few weeks can contain buying through January into February perhaps, and from there we can fall off in the weeks to follow. There's also a significant buy signal, or you might say a secondary sign of strength, because we're already clearly in a long-term bull market, as you can see in this image, But if we closed above 424.38, we do have kind of meaningful, protracted, longer-term bullish continuation that should then play out into Q2. Let's take a look at the support and resistance for the day. You can see how I've weighted equally now. 2 stars, 398.25 downside, 405.20 upside. 2 star for me is like a 2 to 3 day bounce or a 2 to 3 day topping off at 405.20. Once again, we could trade inside this zone, 398.25 to 405.20 into later next week. And that would be consistent with the 2 star weighting. But, you know, if we break 398.25 today, then 394.22 is in reach. And if we close today below 398.25, then we should, over the next 3 to 5 days, fall to the 5/8 downside Fibonacci at 387.83. That is also a 2 star support area where we could bounce nicely, maybe for an entire week. But honestly, ultimately, if we close below 398.25, I do think the mid 370s are likely within probably 2 to 3 weeks. That 375.63 descending channel top, based on actually Tuesday's high in part, in reach within 2 to 3 weeks, and the start of a zone of meaningful longer-term support down to 372.69 that can absorb selling actually into February, possibly through February, and from there we can turn up and push on back into the high area again, or higher within a matter of a month or two. So once again, I'll leave you with the support and resistance. We have a buy signal. We're above 405.20 that should play out through next week and into mid-January, whereby the low to mid 420s become a 2 to 3 week target. And inversely, if we close below 398.25 over the next 2 to 3 weeks, we should fall into the mid 370s. Both of those areas, the mid 370s and we'll just call it the mid 420s, are significant zones of support and resistance, able to contain monthly activity. And right now, we're just the market is buying its time, and we will see whether we close below 398.25 or above 405.20. I'm not sure if either one will happen today, but I think by this time next week, one of the two will have happened. And that is all I have for today's Daily Triple Q report. Please click like if you're watching this and subscribe. And I will be back on Sunday afternoon for Monday's Daily Triple Q report. You have a great weekend, and we'll talk soon.